Hi, I'm Paul Wilson, creator of the Body Swing and the director of the Paul Wilson Golf School at Bears Best Las Vegas. In this tip, I'm talking about your backswing and if it's okay to lift the forward heel or not. All right, this is a kind of a question I get asked a lot, so I am going to answer it for you and then give it a try once you know the answer. All right, hopefully you enjoy this tip. If so, give me a thumbs up, click on the red button to subscribe to my channel, then click on the bell so you're notified when I post new tips, and please tell all your friends about my tips. You know, there's a lot of other people out there that need help too. So what we're talking about is this forward heel as you go back into your backswing. So for many years, you know, I liked to keep both feet, you know, as planted as you could, coiling your shoulders, creating a spring-like effect into your backswing. But, you know, I was videoing my swing a few years ago, and what I noticed was that I actually started to lift my forward heel a little bit. I wasn't trying to do it. I just noticed that my heel was coming up a little bit. So I am okay with the heel coming up, let's say, you know, a maximum of about 2 to 3 inches. So right here, your forward heel, if you're coiling back, you know, if it comes up a little bit, I'm okay with that. And this is very dependent on, you know, age and flexibility. Like, you know, I've always been super tight, but, you know, as I'm getting even older, I'm getting even tighter. So maybe that's why I started lifting it a little bit into my backswing, and it really hasn't affected my game. So I'm okay with it. Now, just understand, I don't want you to do this, okay? And like really lift it. I don't want you to sway onto the outside of the foot here either. Your lower body is the base to your swing. You're coiling your shoulders. Your shoulders move the most in your swing. So we're trying to move them upwards of 90 degrees. Your shoulders moving will then pull your hips into position. Your hips will pull your knees into position. That's why I'm saying if you're a little tighter and you're trying to coil back, you know, for me anyway, maybe that's what was pulling the heel up a little bit in my swing. So I know, you know, a lot of senior golfers are getting tighter. So you imagine if someone was trying to keep their feet planted, they coiled back and they only went to like 70 degrees, what's going to be better, going to 70 degrees or lifting the heel a little and trying to get closer to 90 degrees? Well, in my opinion, obviously the 90 degrees would be better. A little bit more coil so we get a little bit more power. But like I said, we're not going like this though. You know, this would be just way too much. You're going to have no torque, no spring-like effect to your swing. So then you're going to go arms. All right, and that's what I'm trying to get you to avoid. I want your arms powerless when you're swinging, meaning you're not trying to hit or help the shot. So that's what some people do, you know, they lift the heel and then they end up doing this big long backswing. And that gives them a feeling of more power. But the problem is, it's really more power because you're going back so far, you've got so much more, you know, distance to pull your arms down. Well, that is not what I'm trying to do, okay? Keep in mind, I'm trying to get you to have like a spring-like effect, meaning we're gonna coil up our shoulders to around 90 degrees. Hips are gonna move half at 45 degrees. Knees are gonna move 22.5 degrees. That's half of the hips. So this moves the most. So we're trying to get our shoulders as close to 90 degrees as we can. Okay, that doesn't mean when we do that, we're doing this huge swing. You know, with driver, you're gonna be around parallel. Irons, maybe a little short of parallel. Okay, so maybe look for that in your swing. I would be looking for, you know, how far around are you coiling your shoulders, okay? If you see that you have a very limited shoulder turn, then this would probably help you. Okay, so we wanna look for that. Age, of course. Now, if you're a senior golfer, but you're very flexible, I don't see any advantage of lifting the heel. Because if you're easily coiling to 90, you lift the heel, now you start doing this big long swing, you know, that would not be a good idea. So senior golfer, but you're kind of feeling a little tight, okay? You're not quite getting to 90 degrees, then I would lift the heel a little bit, okay? So, but keep in mind, we're still feeling this nice coil as we go into our backswing. All right, now, once the heel lifts, it needs to come down where it started. Okay, you can't go like this, lift the heel a little, and then, you know, slide all over the place. So the heel's gonna come up because you're rotating, it's gonna replant, then you're gonna, you know, this is in the firing of the lower body process, and then you're gonna get into your follow-through position. Okay, so we need the heel to plant pretty close to where it came off the ground. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit a 7-iron, then I'm gonna hit a driver. We're gonna film it from behind, and then you'll see how my heel comes up and then comes back down. Okay, so then you'll kind of know what I'm doing. Maybe you do some practice swings. If you haven't lifted the heel before, just lift it a little bit. You know, try to coil up as you're doing that. Kind of watch the amount you're coiling. Okay, especially if, you know, if you need a little more distance, this is gonna help too. I would be looking in a window or a mirror right here. Watch your shoulder turn. So, you know, do it with your feet kind of planted. See the amount of coil. Then just let your heel lift a little and watch the amount of coil with your shoulders. Remember, we're trying to get our shoulder coil close to 90 degrees, okay? If you can go a little more, that's great, you know, because you're more flexible. If you're a little less, 85 degrees, that's okay. We're in the area. I just don't want 70 degrees, you know, or you thinking that you know, you crank it way around and you do this big, long backswing. Okay, so make sure you watch for that in a window or a mirror first. Then do some practice swings, lift the heel, get a feel for it, then of course, hit the shots. All right, so I'm gonna hit a couple shots and you're gonna watch my heel here. All right. All right, so did you see how much my heel came up? I'm letting it come up, let's say 2-3 inches, all right? Then I hit the top, heel came down as I was turning and shifting into my lead leg, okay? Because we wanna make sure we're getting all the weight over to our forward leg into the follow-through position. All right, so be careful not to be twisting all over the place, okay? You will never be consistent if you do that. So again, here I am. I'm coiling up, okay? My heel comes off the ground a little. I'm gonna start to fire my lower. My heel comes down. I'm gonna hit the ball. Then I'm gonna go on to the tip of my toe here, into the through swing, into my follow through, okay? So just try to do that, like I said, in practice swings, then kind of ease into it, hit some easy shots, and then kind of slowly let it go into your golf swing, all right? I truly hope you've enjoyed this tip. You know, I've been teaching a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing now since 1991. If you'd like to learn this type of swing, then head on over to bodyswing.com/free samples, click the link up here or in the description below, and I'll send you some free samples of my Body Swing book and video series that take you step by step through how to build a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing. So once again, head on over to bodyswing.com/free samples, click the link up here or in the description below, and I'll send you the free samples right away.